The world has changed. Women have grown. And these three women are the living exception of what most women are not thinking about. Like somebody's angels, the blonde, the brunette, and the redhead are on fire. And they're here for you. Daisy might be a little too real. Maria is not afraid of being tough. And Alexandra likes to humor herself along with everybody else. Come discover what reality feels like through these women's eyes. It's a Women on Wheels life experience. Get ready for Women on Wheels. Oh, and be sure to wear your heels.
Hey guys, how are you today? My beautiful audience for this amazing show where we meet every week and talk about different situations that at least, haunt me, and maybe a lot of girls get haunted down by them too. I don't know, you guys. Today we are going to church things up a little bit, so you don't get scared off because we're gonna be talking about nice, cute little things. I am Alexandra Bello, and I am honored to have you as part of my audience here on Women on Wheels.
Yippee! Hi ladies, follow us, your favorite show, on our social networks and become more active on them. Remember that there will be prizes, lots of prizes for people that are very active, okay? Don't tell me that I didn't tell you so. Our Facebook, once more, is Women on Wheels TV show. Our Twitter is Wow on Air and Women on Wheels TV. Our Instagram is Women on Wheels TV. And please vote the polls we post every week and send us Instagram pictures, the good ones, not that one that you have with your grandma in Christmas and a birthday party. The ones that you can show that they can go viral. And this is Daisy Cedeno, and I'm a true believer that today's topic is going to kick butt.
Yeah, this is an interesting topic, but okay, well, today's show is very holy or unholy, hallelujah, if you might say. Oh, and of course, my name is Maria Salamis. I'll be taking your phone calls, your text messages, your voicemails, everything concerning with the phone. So text me anytime, sometimes. Not late hours, okay, peeps? But no, it's okay. But the number is 786-370-6186 or 786-440-8450. Again, as Daisy said, post your comments on our polls on Facebook and give us a call on the radio. And I'm Maria Salamis, and I'm so blessed to be here today.
Yay!
All right, we'll be right back, so don't move anywhere.
The world has changed. Come discover what reality feels like through these women's eyes. It's a Women on Wheels life experience. Get ready for Women on Wheels.
All right, we are back. Today we want to be holy about things. Because I am already biased, so I know that I'll stay on the holy side. But if you want to be on the unholy side, we totally respect you. Remember that we're not here to judge, okay?
Holy smokes. Well, that's great.
Holy moly.
Well, that's great. Holy side, okay, yeah, whatever. But anyway, I do agree with you on your position regarding this topic. I think also on the same boat, enough of, running around.
Running around with different religions,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, running around with different religions. I mean, isn't there just one Bible? I don't get it.
Well, it is one Bible. What do you think, Daisy?
What is the topic?
The topic is, I'm gonna say it later.
So we're just driving everybody crazy?
Yeah, we're driving people crazy.
We want to tease you.
Suspense. Yeah. That's what.
I think that there is a confusion with so many religions, but in the end, they all convey the same or not. I particularly believe that there's only one God.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be or not to be. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's for an acting homework that I had. Wrong side of the brain, guys. Although this question can be the beginning of my question. It is the best to be or not religious, and is a religion, like, is religion going to be able to separate or break off a relationship that is found, that has its foundation in love? So,
that's a very tough. The thing with this situation is how religious you are, and also if you're going to take this relationship to the second level. Because when we're talking about religion, okay, you want to go to the synagogue or you want to go to a regular church. We're taking the kids to what church? When it goes to that level, that there's other, like a family, that's when it gets really tricky. Because when you're dating somebody, it looks so fun, the guy is nice and everything is fine. But when you make a commitment, that's when I think religion could be a situation that it could be decisive for... So should I stay with him or not? I know people who have changed their religion because of a man.
Right.
So those people
Catholic have given. I know somebody who's Catholic who gave up Jesus for Judaism. She doesn't, and she was brought up.
Yeah, I know someone
believing
like that
in
too.
Jesus and everything, and now because the husband is Jewish.
Wow.
I say once you know if that person will be in your life forever, and we all know it's a gut feeling, and once you know that person will be with you and you truly love that person, and you will change anything, almost anything. I mean, depends on how strong you are in the religion, but I mean, you compromise. And I have a girlfriend that was Jewish also. She met this man who is like the love of her life. Guess what?
Christian.
He is Christian, and she became Christian.
She became Christian.
For him. And, and she is so happy. So happy. And she was in, doing all the, Jewish holidays with her and her family and so on and so forth.
So what does that to the family? I mean, you have a Christmas tree now.
Right.
You have the thing on the door. We don't do that.
But guess what? but guess what?
How are you going to baptize the kid?
There has to be obviously communication and
in accepting,
compromising.
Tolerance.
Right. You have to. It's a give and take, right?
Yeah.
It's a give and take. But you know what?
But grandmas don't understand that.
It's a different generation. Take it from me. I'm Greek Orthodox, and we're very, very spiritual as well. But if I think that if there was a gentleman that came in my life and I was truly in love with him, and then if there was an understanding, I know someone else who, Iranian. I don't think they.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't know if they're Christians, but she is. But there was a compromise where they won't be married in a church. For him, she did that, but the children will be baptized. There was a compromise.
So
yeah, exactly. That's what I tell people. Yeah. That's what I told my husband. Listen, I know that you're not very committed to religion, but I am happy that you kind of believe in the same thing I believe, which is Christianism. So I would like, when my children are brought up, I want to raise them inside that Christianism. Because I do think that, is it true or not? I do believe it's true. I think that religion doesn't promote anything harmful,
right?
And the other, it does. In contrary, it promotes something that is just gonna bring order and harmony to the society, right? So that's the good thing about religion.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
I also think it's not also religion that is important. It's a relationship with the spirit. It's because you can go to church all you want, but if you just go and sit there and start texting in the middle of the service, you don't you have to have, you're there for a message, you're there to have a relationship. It's not only about religion, it's also like a spiritual connection.
Agreed.
So if you can bring that to the table and commit, it's not about religion. I need to have this relationship with what I believe, and I want my children to have a relationship, because that helps you through many struggles. So somebody that has a spiritual connection is a completely animal when you have to face challenge.
And if that gentleman doesn't like it, then he doesn't respect you. That's my feeling. I mean, he doesn't respect you. he should honor that and respect your feelings if he wants to be with you.
Exactly. You're right. We'll be right back from commercials. Don't move. We'll be right back.
Don't go away.
Come discover what reality feels like through these women's eyes. Get ready for Women on Wheels.
Okay, and we are blessed. Oh no, we're back. I'm sorry. But we're blessed too. We say it on Twitter all the time.
Always blessed.
Exactly. I have a couple of things for this one blog. Maria is going to give you some recommendations right now.
Well, there are a couple churches. There's Christ Fellowship that is huge.
Online too. Online.
They have them online, and their church on North Lake, which is near me. That church is massive.
Yes.
Massive. And I went once with a girlfriend, and let me tell you, it was very spiritual, very nice. And, you know, I'm Greek Orthodox, and I like going to the Greek church in St. Mark in Boca. And that's what I was raised with. That's in my blood. That's, you know, what I believe. I mean, granted, I believe there's just one Bible, you know, so... but the one in Christ Fellowship, I was astounded by how huge and just how everybody just came together, you know, every Sunday, and just it was like a big family, you know. Yeah. And again, you know, with my church in Boca, and there's one in Port St. Lucie too that's just being built, and it's gorgeous, sweet people. You just see the warmth. Yeah, I mean, I believe, you know, there are times that you have to go and just vent. Not, you know, initially vent. And I don't know, for me, I love to go. You know, I'll probably go like a couple times a week. I mean, I know people who go every single Sunday, and God bless them. I have a lot of respect that people who go religiously.
Exactly.
I love that. I love it.
And it's also discipline. It's called discipline.
Exactly. I think it's...
I think also people are also starved and hungry for a relationship with something bigger than they are. You know, you're looking for to belong, to be part of something, and
something bigger.
I think it's human nature, and but is religion a deal breaker in a relationship?
It could be.
The topic today, and I will say if you are somebody who really embrace your relationship spiritually, a relationship with God, and I think you should say it right away. That's one thing. That's one tip. Right away, the first date. Hey, I'm Christian, or I'm this, or I'm that. What are you? I mean, if you embrace it right away, there's people who do not. But if you are dating somebody and you think a religion is a deal breaker, you should ask too. If you don't go to church and you don't want to, you should say something too, right away. So the girl or the guy, you know, whatever the situation is, they know right away. That's one tip. And after you know what's going on, talking, communication, not make it the thing, because you don't want to, but at least talk about it all the time. And if you see that the relationship is going to the next level, I would say embrace it and really sit down and talk about it. And invite each other to the different churches. Why not?
Oh yeah,
I will just
why
go.
Not? Yeah,
go to his church. Go to her church.
It's a mutual agreement.
What is going to do to you? Nothing. You're just going to learn something new. I know for sure. You always learn something new, and maybe you can learn something that it will help you in that relationship.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
So,
yeah. I have a couple of ideas about this topic. I do not like some religions. I don't share their beliefs, and my religions that I don't recommend you to date, first of all, is a Mormon. I'm sorry, I don't have anything against them, but I wouldn't try to get into that, because it's just so confusing for me.
Why is that?
I've heard so much.
Enlighten me about this.
Yeah, I've heard so many rumors about how they proceed with their love life and things like that. You have to be like what is it? You have to see everybody from the church, and it has to be approved by the high priest or something. And one time I saw a Mormon, I don't know, and I went to say goodbye, and they're not allowed to touch the girls or something. So it's like, you know, their way of being.
Now they're getting a little ridiculous.
Yeah, the social behavior. It's just it's probably very, very obsolete. I would say. And another religion that I know a lot of celebrities share. What is it?
Scientology.
Exactly. I was gonna say that. I mean, I do believe in science. I do believe in science.
Let's just keep it at science.
Yeah, let's just keep it at science because come on.
I never understood all these wealthy and famous people going into this religion, and then like it's kind of secretive at the same time, and they go and they talk about how they're the creators of their own life or something like that. That's what it is.
I mean, they have, how do I say this? They are right in that statement, but that doesn't mean that needs to be the whole statement. Because I do believe that there's casualty. There's not destiny written for us, but there's casualty, and there's just higher forces that you just cannot explain or understand. For example, how is it possible that the Big Bang Theory can have this perfectly synchronized, like how the female is, even like the female cat or the female dog behaves differently from the male, you know, even in human beings. So I mean, there has to be some intellectual author behind that. It's not just bacteria that, you know, that grew and that reproduced, you know, and multiplied, and then this is this. No, I when I look at nature, I amaze myself every day, and I know that there has to be a higher power. There has to be a higher power that has created this. We will be right back, guys, from commercials. We want to know what you think, so remember to contact Daisy through the social media or to contact Maria through the phone. See ya.
Come discover what reality feels like through these women's eyes. Get ready for Women on Wheels.
All right, guys, we are back, and we have a dear friend of mine, Gabriela. How are you?
Hi, Gabriela.
Hi. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course.
Thank you for coming.
Listen, this is a show about successful women and women that I respect that always have good things to say. And we want to hear what you think about this topic. I'm going to remind you the topic. The topic is religion or not religion, and if it's a deal breaker in a relationship.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I think it all has to do with the respect and love that two people have amongst each other. And if they can see surpass their religion, although if they do decide to get married, I'm not technically sure how they would be able to compromise that. But ultimately, I think it just depends really on how much they love each other. And I don't think religion would be a deal breaker.
Agreed.
I dated somebody that has different religious beliefs, and you know, we've been in a relationship for a very long time, and it's not an issue. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
His beliefs, and he respects my beliefs.
So, what do you think when another question added to that question? What happens if the guy stops trying to please the woman and stops accompanying her to church?
If he stops going to church with her, was that the question? Well, ultimately, I mean, if it's really going to bother her that he no longer participates, and if he's giving her a hard time about her going to church on his own, then I can see how that's going to start creating a problem. Okay. And if it's something that they can't compromise or come to an agreement with, then I can see how that's going to fail. But if I am, let's say, of a Catholic belief, and he is, I don't know, Baptist, let's say, and if I want to go to church every Sunday, and I wouldn't force him to go to church with me. I mean, he's more than welcome to come if he wants to, but I wouldn't force it upon him to join me.
Okay, so it's, you know, the right thing to do is not to force the man to follow you, or for the man to force you to follow him.
Absolutely not. I mean, not if you guys don't have the same views when it comes to religion. And I know that religion is a very important factor in life. You know, everybody has their own beliefs. But if you can set it aside and not let it bother your relationship, I think you still have the opportunity to grow this relationship. But if it's going to be a deal breaker, I mean, that's ultimately upon the people. That depends on them.
What about if we take it to the next level? I mean, it's easier when it's only two people, but when you bring kids to this equation, that's I don't know. I want
that's a little more complicated.
Yes.
That's a little more complicated. I also have a friend that's married, and her husband have different religious views, and they have children, and they're smaller children, and I think that sometimes she has a hard time kind of explaining to her children what their father believes in.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, I mean, they've made it work till now, and they've been together for a very long time.
Okay, so
I think it all depends on what the children are comfortable with as well.
Oh, children
Exactly.
the children usually they say whatever mom and dad said it is.
Well, but what about when they get older?
When they get older, they make their own decisions.
Right.
But when they're little, they
Yeah.
go to whatever. I mean, I can take my children to any place and tell them that that's church, and they
Right.
will believe it.
Okay,
you
yeah.
know,
Mhm.
they don't really understand. For them, we are God. When
Right.
they're little, everything that they see is around the parents. So
Agreed.
whatever you tell me has to be the truth. My mom told me. So
Exactly.
so
And you're going to be the guidance. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? When they get to a certain age where they understand the differences between religions, I believe that that's when they'll make their choice.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I know
Deciding which way they want to go.
Agreed.
I know a couple who decided not to say anything about religion in the house, and they said we're not going to talk about religion to the kids, and let them, when they grow up, make their own decision. What do you think about that?
I
mean,
I don't
that's a
like
little
that.
tricky.
Let's not talk about God.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that.
That's kind of
Yeah,
to the
no,
extreme.
That's a little tricky. I mean, even if you choose when they're small, usually exactly kids are more attached to their mothers, and if they're going to go down that path. But I think they need to, at least when they're that small, I think they're going to need one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
They
You know,
have.
I think as a mom and as a caregiver, you're going to want to instill some sort of belief, or for them to know that there is a higher
Power, yes.
something that they need to be grateful to,
Exactly.
I agree
How
because
it's going to become a deal breaker, like I said, I can see how it would become a deal breaker if the time comes and they want to get married. Now, what do you do in that case?
Exactly.
You
exactly.
go under a non-denomination, which plenty of people do, you know what I mean? But I can see when it comes to that, where that would probably become,
Yeah.
a big issue.
Yeah, so they're raised not knowing what the word religion means. Is that what you're implying, Daisy?
Yeah, no. I mean, I think that's crazy because
think it's crazy,
It's
too.
crazy, but I know somebody who decided to do that. But at the end of the day, one day that kid is gonna wake up and say,
Yes,
"Mom, what
yes,
is this and what is
exactly.
this? What is that? And
Right.
where do we go when we die? What?" And it's not only about God; it's all the stuff that we believe that are connected
Exactly.
to your relationship with the higher power. It's not like, okay, God is this and this. It's what do we do where we go when we die? How do you feel this? How do you go and meditate? Just to meditate, just to sit down and just be by yourself, you need to connect with your spiritual being. That's right there. It's
Right.
talking about God. Maybe it's not religion, but it's, this relationship with your spirit and a higher power.
Your inner
So-
God, your inner
And
God.
not only that, they're exposed to it every day at school. What kind
Oh,
of
yes.
school are they going to? Is it a Christian school?
No,
Is it,
No,
no.
maybe like a non.
No, that's the situation.
denominational.
We have the PC police, the political correctness police everywhere, so we
Right.
cannot say Merry Christmas in a public school.
You know what I mean? That's ridiculous.
We cannot say it. I mean, we're
Right.
supposed to say Happy Holidays. So
I don't like
all
that.
those little stuff.
I don't
Are
like
we
it.
Jewish now? I
No,
didn't know.
we cannot
But
say
the
it to
Jewish-
offend. I think I'm going to offend somebody. And one time I was riding my kids to a field trip, and one of the kids is Jewish, and my son said, let's play some music, but do not play this station because it's Christian, and we have somebody who's Jewish
See,
in the
I
car
wasn't raised
because I
like
don't want
that.
to offend him. And I said, why would you offend? It's talking about God. It's not saying anything offensive. I
Oh
know
my God.
there's
Isn't that
some
crazy?
music that is more offensive than that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Gabriela, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for your time.
Thank you for inviting us, for inviting me, really.
We will be
Kisses.
talking to you again, Gabriela, and have a wonderful, wonderful night. Rest of the night.
I hope so. You too, ladies.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We'll be right back, guys.
The world has changed. Come discover what reality feels like through these women's eyes. It's a Women on Wheels life experience. Get ready for Women on Wheels.
All right, guys, we are back, and we have some text messages. Yay!
Very hairy topic today.
Yes, I have a couple of them. I have Kathy from Tampa. She texts, "My husband is not religious, but I am. We have a mutual agreement in our prenup."
Oh my
Wow,
God.
that's so interesting.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. And she's like, but we do have respect for each other, therefore we do have a mutual agreement on how we raise our kids.
Oh my gosh. When
Okay.
you take
I
that
guess-
to the prenup.
Isn't that
I
nuts?
guess
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I guess kids can be an asset, right?
Oh my gosh. And then Carrie from Port St. Lucie. "I was dating a guy that was not religious, but my family, who is very religious, would not accept the relationship. It was very difficult and we ended up breaking up."
Oh my God, a lot of influence from the family side.
I mean, oh yeah, big time on the family. I mean, that's huge. Let me tell you, once you marry someone, you marry their parents too.
We're gonna be talking about that in another topic
Yeah.
we have
Oh,
coming
that's gonna
up,
be a
guys.
good one.
So be paying attention because we're gonna be talking about family from the other side.
Yeah, it counts with the relationship. I have an email from Fort Lauderdale. Her name is Nancy. And she had to change. I mean, she decided to change her religion because of her husband. And then after many, many years, they got divorced. And she still stayed in that religion because she felt a connection. So it depends on the person, I guess. For her, it was not even... She did it at the beginning for her husband, but then she decided to stay. She liked it, and she decided to stay.
She
Now
understood the religion.
she liked it. And now she's single and looking for trouble, she says at the end.
Looking for trouble. Looking for trouble and
Let's
for
invite her to the
religion.
show.
Let's invite her to the show.
Can we invite her to the show?
Yes. Nancy, if you're listening to this, you know where to call.
Yeah, remember to follow us, Nancy, on Google Plus, Women on Wheels. And also remember that we have our blogger, womenonwheelstv.blogspot.com. We are also on Facebook and Twitter. Daisy knows about that.
Of course. While on air on the Twitter and Women on Wheels on Facebook.
Exactly.
Again, in the phone calls and all the text messages at 786-440-8450 and 786-370-6186.
You are listening to this episode through Spreaker, but we also posted on SoundCloud at the same time that we're recording. It records, simultaneously onto SoundCloud and YouTube. So if you're a YouTube person or a SoundCloud person, you can totally hear it through there. And right now, we're gonna tell you our conclusions. What do you think, guys? I think for this topic that I don't want to deal with people that are atheists. I am sorry. I don't want to deal with people that believe in Satan.
Oh my gosh, no.
I don't want to deal with people that the Muslims.
Oh, you don't like that religion? Okay.
I don't dislike any of.
Muslim.
I respect all of them. I just I do think that you have the right in life to look for what appeals to you. So it has to be on the Christian side. It can either be Baptist, Methodist, it can be a Catholic, it can be on that section.
Yes.
But Scientology and what is the other one?
There's Buddhism too.
Well,
Yeah.
I do respect Buddhism a
Yeah.
little more. And what does Madonna do? She
Scientology?
oh yeah.
Oh, the
Oh, no,
Kabbalah. That's
Kabbalah.
Kabbalah. Yes, that's
Kabbalah?
different. I don't
Okay,
even
then
know.
Kabbalah is another religion, but I don't know much about that one.
Is that a religion or a sect?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I am gonna find out about that, and we have that post on the blog. So, what do you think, Daisy, about this topic?
I think it's very, it's very tricky. will have to say that I like to be with somebody who is in my same perspective in life when it comes to relationship with God.
What perspective are you on?
I do believe in Jesus. I do believe
Jesus Christ.
I know. I do believe in him. I believe in his message and who he represents when he was on earth. And I follow his word, the word that he decided to bring to us. So I feel that I have this thing with Jesus. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. And I would like to bring that to the relationship at dinner time on Sunday. I mean, I'm not going to just force him to go every Sunday, but I would like him to have this view, open mind, that I can talk to him about Jesus too. You know, we have a conversation. Hey, remember what the Bible says? That stuff like that I would like to share with somebody that I have a relationship with. So I think it is it will be a surprise if I find somebody and I connect. That will be like weird. I don't see it. I don't see it in my life.
I agree. Me being Greek Orthodox, or if you're Catholic, or if you're Baptist or whatever, I believe that we all follow the same Bible. I mean, so I don't know why we have like different religions if we all read the same Bible.
And it's a good message. Why we change it? Why should we just put it on the side?
I mean, I think that it's just we all just like you said, we all read the same message, the same belief. Although, as we were saying earlier, how I have a girlfriend who was, 100% Jewish, and she fell in love with this man who is a Christian. I believe it's just what calls you, and what you believe and what your heart says, what your gut says. But I believe that it's a mutual agreement. And in a relationship, it's 100%, 100%. Anybody who tells you it's 50-50, kick them out the door. I'm sorry. It's 100%, 100%. There's two of you, equals 200%. So you have to have that equal understanding. But for me, I mean, any religion that follows the same book, the same Bible, the same Holy Bible, I would feel more comfortable in a relationship.
More comfortable.
Yeah. But again, it was, I guess, a grace of God that brings a man or any other relationship to you that has a different religion, close to, whatever. That's a fate, I guess. But again, for me, as long as they're Christian, any sort of Christianity, I'm
so
with
we
it.
agree on that. First time that we agree on something.
First time that we agree on something. Thank God that the Lord brought us together. But if you don't agree,
it's okay.
You can still message us. I mean, we are talking here on Sunday, late Sunday. We're preaching to you on late night Sunday. But you will have the chance to listen to this episode and still comment on the social networks starting on tomorrow, Monday, for a whole week. So we'll see you again next week. Thanks. Here on Women on Wheels.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Come discover what reality feels like through these women's eyes. It's a Women on Wheels life experience. Get ready for Women on Wheels. Oh, and be sure to wear your heels.